The energy giant monster thing is dead, so our priorities have shifted a bit. Next, we'll be going back to where Duty and Thin and Jess fought Uncle Freddy. I hope there's something to trace him. After that, we need to go to where Ribo, the wolf anthro thing, was making a monster, and track him. And after that, wait, I just received a report. The four of you go, I'll catch up. There's something personal I need to deal with. Reportedly, Godzilla blew up his testing facility, along with the nuclear warhead I was storing there. You know, for testing reasons. Okay, hindsight's 2020. In 2020, that has a whole new meaning. Anyway, he appears to be targeting electrolyte plants in places where the energy giant monster thing has been sighted. It may be that he can absorb information from anything he destroys. It appears he learned how much trouble the energy giant monster thing was giving me and just wanted it dead already. At the time, I hadn't visited him in a day or two. He may have felt abandoned, but understood why. His egg was apparently 65 million years old after I tested it, so he waited that whole time for a place to call home, only for this energy giant monster thing to ruin it. Godzilla broke out, unable to read that we'd already killed the energy giant monster thing and attacked anything similar. Anybody that they sent to stop him hasn't stood a chance. This is gonna stink. Hey there, even weirdly even bigger guy. The energy giant monster thing is dead. I did the math. You technically separated those sound waves, so you should probably understand what I said. Anyway, I killed it. It's gone. No need to worry. Ugh. Please don't make me fight you. What's wrong, anyway? We've already killed it. There's nothing you have to worry about. There is, isn't there? You weren't roaring at me, were you? Thank you, Godzilla. I think I just found something I've been looking for. Uncle Freddy took control of the energy giant monster thing. You've been using the radiation emitted by Electrite in order to get stronger. In the process, you've destroyed a bunch of power plants, but I mean, no harm really, since we're in the middle of replacing Electrite with Electrite, but you've already traced the energy giant monster thing's last cells. Right there, right? But you haven't blasted that place yet. That means somebody else is in there. I'll need to deal with that. Find somewhere safe. The last thing I want is you dying. Here we are, the place we last fought Uncle Freddy. I left a little trap to find clues of his current whereabouts. When I used Minecraft Mark V, I administered something else, Egyptian Magic Consciousness Transfer. It sends a complex chain of neurons and all memories of a person into an object upon death. This is a crude variation, but it should still work.
This bed got exploded!
Uncle Freddy killed somebody here. It seems the other bed belonged to somebody else. He mentioned that a kid lives here, so it's possible that that kid had some importance and was kidnapped, and the bed that was destroyed belonged to a relative of that kid. Either that or it's the other way around, and the bed that got destroyed belongs to the kid, and then the relative of the kid was kidnapped. But I mean, never mind. Anyway, we'll need to sort through every wood chip of this bed. But for now, we should pack this up and bring it back to M.
So, you planned ahead and preserved a dead man's memories?
Almost, but not exactly. So, basically, what I did was I preserved his entire consciousness. I exist inside of the Millennium Puzzle when I would have died 5,000 years ago, but I'm not really dead, and it's not just my memories that were preserved. In order to bring this person back from the dead, we just need a host to be attached to the wood chip through a necklace or an electrical wire. But don't do the electrical wire one, that's just a bad idea. This wood chip houses the man that Uncle Freddy killed. I can tell after so many years of being linked to the Millennium Puzzle. Anyway, now we just need to attach this thing to practically any life. It'll create a sort of split personality that can be swapped at will. It's hard to explain, but basically I can put it on a necklace and somebody can wear it in order to gain this person's memories and consciousness. And before you start asking questions, I should probably clear up exactly how consciousness transfer works. So basically, it sends the target's consciousness into the nearest object, and it can be transmitted through any neuron signal from a user. And like most Egyptian magic, the target will receive all mutations under the Egyptian magic heading. Generally, more complex items, like puzzles, are used to be sure that a person can't be easily revived by just whoever, or easily taken apart by just whoever. So I'm doing this completely wrong, but it technically still works. So basically, it's like, well, I don't actually know what it's like. Yes, exactly. Also, by using Egyptian magic consciousness transfer, you can't recreate the original body completely, and instead it'll take on part of the traits of the person whose consciousness was stored, and part of the traits of whoever wears the necklace or, electrical wire that houses said consciousness. In other words, we'll never know what this guy actually looked like beyond his hair, his height, and maybe a few other things. Well, that's lame. Do you have a better option? I'll just disintegrate Uncle Freddy!
Would that even work?
When I used my question mark 5, I actually tried that, and it didn't work. It looked like it would have for a second, but it didn't.
Oh, well then, how do we beat him?
Mind Crush. We find him, we corner him from all sides of the multiverse, and I use a different mark of Mind Crush. That should end it.
Easier said than done.
I'm glad you understand.
Ah! Where am I? Jail. What? No way! How am I? Why am I? You attacked M. What'd you expect? Even if you were right, as far as the law is concerned, you broke the law. M manages so much of our dimension group's energy, and they're in the middle of replacing the problematic electrite that people are now terrified of with infinitely condensed electrite, assisted by Andrea. If you attack them now, you're basically ruining the dimension group. All I did was attack the criminals they were housing. You mean Alfred and Wilkes? They've been pardoned.
Pardon me?
What? I don't even have that authority.
No, I mean, excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Wait, why are you actually even talking to me?
I decided that I felt like it.
Seriously?
I'm a cop. I can decide whatever I want.
I have several questions.
Too bad, I'm leaving. No! I'll die here! I need to find some way to escape!
Wait, is that gunpowder? The bars partially blocked that explosion, but where did it come from? It's like I undid it. The outside of these jail cells are made of Duty's natural smoothies, solidified. It was made using Egyptian magic that bent the outer layer of matter made up of unnamed particles that don't exist within an atom, but tie all matter in dimensions 0 and up as 1 by giving them a single similarity. To break it, you need an electrite explosion, a nuke that propels electrite. Or Egyptian magic. I was hit with something back at M. There's no way that was... Did that give it to me? Ugh. Not too much is known about the ancient magics of this dimension group, but I've somehow attained the ability to use it. I might be able to edit Duty's natural smoothies and break out of jail. Also, that means the smoothies are made out of literal gunpowder. Donald Trump used to drink them, and I don't think that's very good for his health. Good riddance. I won't think too hard about that part.
This place is a relatively normal building. I'm technically allowed to go in here since I have probable cause. Yes, getting search permits works the same for me as for the cops. And by that I mean it's technically fair game if it's not the government. I'm going up the stairs now. See you in a few minutes.
So, what brings you here?
I could ask you the same, Uncle Freddy.
You know my name, so I should probably kill you now.
I'm impressed that you don't know who I am.
A McDonald's employee?
Close, but no banana. Wait, how do you know what McDonald's is? Well, this is getting weird. Anyway... This is...
Between space. I know that much. It seems you formed a chain of wormholes around us to trap me. How boring. I guess that means you think you can kill me or something. Are you a bounty hunter? Is there a bounty on my head?
Not exactly. I'm the king. I managed the energy of Dimension Group 1 from M in Dimension 318. I had to deal with all sorts of energy crises. However, even when it seems a problem won't be solved unless somebody dies, I always find another way. The only thing I've ever intentionally killed was an actual, literal monster. Okay, and a bunch of cows, chickens, turkeys, pigs, and plants that I eat. But what I mean is that I've never actually killed a human, and I don't plan on killing you.
So does this mean I've been found?
Kind of, but not really. I have a giant lizard dinosaur thing that found you. If you ran away, then we probably couldn't track you, but I don't know why I'm telling you this. Anyway, time for my monologue on why there's no way you can beat me in between space.
I don't really care. Just go ahead and die.
Maybe I will. It'll take a complicated surgery time to do this, but... Perfect! I'm technically a vampire now. I can do a whole lot of stuff. Honestly, I'd rather not explain all of my powers. What I will say is that I can't die anymore, but also this is going to cost a fortune to undo.
Whatever you say.
Hi again. As long as one of my cells remains, I can form out of any energy that I absorb from other cells. I just used a few of your cells from several of your vital organs and a bunch of between space leeches. And yes, I rebuilt this crown and my clothes on a molecular level in exactly the same way. Don't question it.
Seriously? You actually need something to regenerate? You can't come back from nothing?
Yes, I think you'll find that's a very regular thing.
I took nothing but a bit of air to do that.
So you can make electrite explosions now. I guess that rules out using Duty's natural smoothies, doesn't it?
I have absolutely no idea.
Okay. Anyway, time to not die but be subdued some other way by Phantom Space Mark II.
What exactly do you mean by that?
I just left the wormhole loop and made it actually impenetrable. And now I gotta go pay a doctor like $17 million to fix my cells.
Well, that could have gone better. There's no way for me to escape from here. Luckily, a few of my cells are left on the king, so I can release them and make another one of me. But I can tell that I won't be able to beat him yet. I need to hide my presence. When I'm done with all that, I'll destroy this body.
Although they're not in the promo art when they're still alive, and he's right here. But that's the end of the part of the episode about the king. I mean, I would mention the egg here, but I want to rhyme because I'm singing. Now the song is over.
We finally found our way back to DDD land. But we can't attack like that again. We need to blow up their building from the outside.
But aren't you not allowed to do that?
Yeah, legally.
Yeah, fast learner.
This'll be the easiest thing in the world.
It seems like those guys from before, Alfred and Wilkes from M. We need to go there and attack. Now. It seems like everything we've done up to this point is coming together. It hasn't even been a week, and yet it feels like it's been forever. Like actually so long that it's painful. Anyway, let's find out this guy's identity and defeat Uncle Freddy.
Yeah, let's do this!
Legally obligated.
If we let him run free, something bad will happen, I think. I'm also legally obligated. I just got a text from the king. And on a completely separate note, there's a weird mask guy waiting outside. Anyway, the king says that Uncle Freddy was trapped, but that he doesn't think he was actually defeated, and that both he and Godzilla, his pet Godzilla thing, still detect him. Currently, the king is undergoing a procedure that turns a vampire into a human. I have many questions.
Yay! The king really was a vampire!
No, he just elaborated on that. Turns out he's a human and was only a vampire for a few minutes, so I win the bet.
You bet on whether the king was a vampire or not?
And I bet he was a robot! Let's just get back to what we were doing. Today I decided to make a video on how wormholes work because I don't really know why, but I'm doing it anyway. So, a lot of people seem to get wormholes and black holes mixed up. Let's clear one thing up right now. A wormhole is a black hole, but a black hole isn't always a wormhole. A black hole is usually a term that describes matter left over from a star dying in a supernova and condensing, and is considered a black hole because of its gravitational pull. But what exactly is gravity? Essentially, all matter bends space and time with its mass and energy. This constantly happens on two levels. An electron inside of an atom constantly teleports around through wormholes, even to places across dimensions, and can exist in multiple places at once. That comes from the energy inside of electrons, which is called electrite. It had a different name before, but I started calling it electrite when I founded M on July 15th, 1999. That became widespread after a while. Any matter can make wormholes with electrite. A wormhole is a sharp bend in space-time. By sharp, I mean it is literally very sharp looking as the air collapses around it. Other than that, it also isn't easily reverted. To understand that, we have to talk about the second level of space-time being bent, on a cosmic scale. Stars and planets and other celestial bodies constantly bend space-time in a way that makes other objects move around them. And they have a theoretically infinite range in doing this that weakens over the space it moves across. Space-time can undo this like a memory foam because it's naturally malleable in positive dimensions. Positive dimensions are one half of the dimensions that formed when dimension 0 splits. In the beginning of the multiverse, around 13.8 billion years ago, there was only one dimension, dimension 0, which had two halves. One half split into positive dimensions, which dimension 0 is considered to be a part of. The matter in those dimensions is uniform, and space and time that surrounds it can be bent. The rest of the matter that formed dimension 0 split off to make the relatively unexplored negative dimensions, which are numbered in negatives rather than positives, and have matter that is not uniform, which causes its space and time to be essentially unbendable. Ancient magics are thought to originate from negative dimensions and are able to make space and time unbendable and alter matter in ways that are completely unnatural. When a wormhole is made, it can only be undone by an equal force in the opposite direction of it. Because of that, making wormholes legally requires a license that is very hard to get. So yeah, that's what a sharp bend in space-time is. Technically, a wormhole isn't a black hole. A wormhole forms as a result of a specific amount of mass and energy, so because of that, the actual black hole is whatever forms a wormhole. A black hole is considered a black hole because of the gravity that it emits, which is how it bends space-time. So a wormhole, which is a bend in space-time, or in other words, is gravity, isn't actually a black hole, but rather the gravity of a black hole, which would be whatever made a wormhole. It's kind of hard to explain. Basically, any matter that makes a wormhole is a black hole, and the wormhole itself is gravity. So you could technically say that we have black holes inside of us, since electrons are constantly making wormholes inside of all matter. Well, I mean, all matter that contains electrons. And that's how wormholes work, you're welcome! And remember, kids, pay your freaking taxes!
Bye!